Project.
He didn't want me to talk that much, not give me a mic that much. Hello, my name is Scott Ryan. I'm the author of Lost Highway, The Fist of Love. Pretty good title. I wrote this about 2 years ago because I was lucky enough to get an interview with Patricia Arquette. And when you talk to Patricia Arquette, what are you going to talk about? Boyhood, Severance? You're going to talk about Lost Highway. So I ended up doing a book about Lost Highway, but the truth is, it was never really one of my favorite Lynch movies. It came out 2 days after my children were born. I had twins. And it's not the movie to watch when you got twins that are a couple of days old. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, there's a saxophone solo very early in the film. That's where I stopped it. I ejected it and I didn't watch it for like 20 years. And then I was like, I was an idiot, but also I hadn't slept. So I wrote the book and felt pretty good about it. And then I went to a screening very much like this. And George Griffith from The Return, played Ray, was going to interview me about the book. And I was feeling pretty confident. And we thought we'd watch the movie, and the movie starts playing, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm gonna explain this movie? I wrote a book about this movie? I don't understand this movie. So for those of you who have not seen it, don't worry about understanding it. That is not what Lost Highway is about. It's about feeling it. And what happens when you're watching it. Don't worry about the plot and all those things. Just let it roll over you and think about it. That's really the most important part. So I'm going to read this quote from Patricia Arquette. You may wonder, like, why is Patricia Arquette so great in everything? It's because she's brilliant. And you know, she had made this movie in '97, and I talked to her in 2022, and she knew absolutely everything about the film. And it was very inspiring. So I asked her this question: what is it like to be directed by David Lynch? Patricia Arquette says, we have this hallway tracking shot. And in this tracking shot, you are supposed to stay a certain distance behind the camera. The camera is pulling in front of you, and you're supposed to kind of walk, whatever it is, 3 feet behind it. If you get closer, it gets blurry inside the minimum focus of the camera. So I'm walking down the hallway, and David says, cut, print. Then the camera department says, hold on, it was inside focus, part of it's blurry. He said, great, print it. I want to see what it looks like. He always was open to accidents being art. He thought, good, because audiences need to get used to different kinds of focuses and non-focus. I want to see what that looks like. He was open to the crew coming up with ideas for things. David is an incredible genius filmmaker. Once in a lifetime. They don't make them like that. He broke the mold. I'm so lucky to have had a chance to work with such an incredible genius as David Lynch. It sort of hits hard, doesn't it, that David's gone. It's just really, it's difficult. So I want you guys to all look out for the hallway scene. It's going to be the darkest thing you've ever seen captured, and you got to think of how many people worked to do that. Peter Deming as the DP, he talks in the book so much about that hallway, and so I think it happens maybe about 20 minutes into the movie, so watch out for that hallway. And if you want to know what the whole movie's about, don't buy my book, because I don't know.